Let's take another problem. Here you are given an array containing 10 binary bits. So it's a binary array, which means it contains only zeros and ones. So you're asked to write a C program to determine the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array. So for example, if this is your array, here you have three consecutive ones, and here you have four consecutive ones. So your answer should be maximum continuous occurrence is 4. So how do you write this program? So let's take the array. So int list of 10 equals, let me give the same array here. I'm going to have the index I. Also, additionally, I'm going to have variables called times equals to 0. Basically, times is going to give you the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array. Currently, we say it is just 0. And I'm also going to have a variable called count, and I'll initialize that to 0 as well. I'll tell you how this works. So loop through the array. So I equals to 0, I less than or equals to 9, I plus plus. So this is what happens. If my current element is a 1, then I'm going to say increment count. So I'm going to count the number of ones. And then I'm going to say if my count is greater than times, then say times equals to count. And if my current element is not a 1, I'm just going to say else count equals to 0. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Now, initially, the first element is a 0. So this condition is false, and we say count equals to 0. Next, my current element is a 1. So this statement is true. So count is incremented to 1. Now, if 1 greater than 0, that is true. So I'm going to say times equals to 1. Okay, now keep going. Go to the second index or index 2. The current element is a 1. So this statement is true. Count is modified to 2. And since 2 is greater than 1, I'm going to say times equals to count. So times equals to 2. Keep going. This element is a 1. So this statement is true. Count is incremented to 3. 3 is greater than 2. That is true. So times equals to 3. Next, we have the 0. This is false. So count equals to 0. So count equals to 0. So this is no longer the current value of count. Okay. Next, we have the 1. This condition is true. So count equals to 1. Is 1 greater than 3? False. So go to the next one. This is true. Increment count. Is 2 greater than 3? No. So go to the third one. This condition is true. Increment count. Is 3 greater than 3? No. So go to the fourth one. This statement is true. Count is modified to 4. Is 4 greater than 3? Yes. So times equals to count, which is 4. Next, you have a 0. And then we are going to say this statement is false. So count is reinitialized to 0. So times is going to contain the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array, which is 4 in this case. And then I can have a printf which says max occurrence equals %d, comma times. Save it. Run it. So max occurrence equals to 4. So change it and try. I didn't save. Okay, let me redo it. Change this. Okay. Yeah, I changed it here, but not here. Max occurrence equals to 8. So we have only 2 zeros at the very edges, and then we have 8 ones. Make all of them as zeros and see if it works. Not here, unfortunately. It's here. Save, run. It says max occurrence equals to 0, which means it could not find a 1 in the array. So this is how you can solve this problem. There might be other better techniques to solve this problem, but this is what I came up with. If you want to come up with something better, yes, that's a good coding practice.